Beta testing is a time to test features, but it is also a time to make balance changes to the game. And as you heard from Frontier Developments in the last, I still call it Frameshift Live, but I think it's called Frontier Unlocked right now. So as you heard from them in the last Frontier Unlocked, Frontier Developments has been broadly taken aback at the pace and speed at which commanders have been colonizing the galaxy. So it's understandable, after all, that they're decided to make some changes that will slow things down to a degree and limit the rate at which expansions progresses. So in today's news, they've announced 3 changes to the balance of Trailblazers. And in particular, the first such change is that the construction points necessary to build a starport after 2 starports are constructed right now increase and double. So as if you try and build an Ocellus in a station like this one that has 2 stations already built, it requires 12 tier 3 construction points. Well, this is changing, and this doubling is now going to be triple. And instead of starting from the second station, or rather the third station after 2 stations are built, it's going to start from the second station. So you only get 1 free station, and your construction points now triple instead of doubling. And that obviously will put a bit of a brake on the rate at which new large stations are being built. Furthermore, when it comes to the architect discount, which you can achieve when you have like 10 stations built in a particular system, this is currently set at 3%. And it was probably deemed too generous, as you can stack this with the 2.5% of your elite rank and further with the 15% of Li Rong Rui system state control. So this is being reduced from 3% to 1% as a balancing mechanism to make things fairer, I guess, to people who don't have this number of settlements built in a particular station. And the third change that they're making, and this also is a matter of balancing the overall credit contribution that people obtain, is the credits that you earn on a weekly basis is currently calculated as the score of the system, as you can see from this email, which is 3 points gets 30,000. The 16 point is inconsistent because it had a number of things built in the system, so disregard that one during the week. But take, for instance, the final system that I was showing you earlier, which was 51. It's the score of the system multiplied by 10,000 credits, multiplied times 1 plus the happiness rating of the system itself, which doesn't seem to vary very much. So it's roughly 10,000 credits per point of system score. This is being adjusted to only be 1,000 credits per point, as this was deemed to be excessively rich and just out of control in terms of the overall amount of credits that players could earn. Now, the good news, if you could say such thing, is that the 5 million credits, which is the threshold at which the tax on these earning kicks in, is not going to be changed. So there's still going to be the 5 million threshold. Obviously, now you earn much less, so it's going to be harder to reach that threshold. But the 5 million threshold doesn't change, probably because nobody has even remotely reached that, and probably never will, and probably never would have, even with the original 10,000 credit value, since it, by my calculation, it would require hauling 4 million to 6 million tons. Million tons, sorry, I forgot a million there. It would require hauling between 4 and 6 million tons of commodities to be able to hit that 5 million credit weekly payment in a solo type of arrangement in the original setting. And now it's probably, just based on the math, it will go up to somewhere between 40 and 60 million tons of materials to hit that threshold, which Frontier Developments doesn't likely think that anybody will hit, and they are probably right in that regard. Now, obviously, these changes are not in the direction of what many commanders may hope, but they've been deemed necessary to contain the rate at which the galaxy expands. So it's the designer's choice, and I guess we have to live with them. Hopefully, they don't take it a step further and decide to double the amount of materials to haul, or who knows, maybe they decide that cutters and Type 9s haul too much cargo and decide to halve the amount that cargo rats can carry in a given load. But you never know, it's a beta, and all balancing changes are fair game at this point in time. What do you think about these changes? What do you think about the Trailblazers balancing act? Let us know in the comments below, and glory to Mechan. Commander Mechan, over and out.